So the time has come to reach Tier 2 animals. We will still be referencing the developer's guide that I've been posting in the description of all of these videos, but it's going to take a little bit more work. As you can see in my tank setup, I've got two very different types of plants. On the left, I've got tall, complex leaf plants, and on the right, I have short, complex leaf plants. The animal that this will let us get are these silverfishes. So, in order to get silverfishes, we need to get the flatworms, yes, but then the flatworms need to turn into crustaceans. And that is what we're going to have on the left here. Previous video, I told you how to get crustaceans. Flatworms feeding on tall, complex leaf plants. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little home over here. This way, when I start the evolution, my flatworms are going to gravitate towards this home, and they're going to feed on this left side here, and they will turn into crustaceans. Once I have crustaceans, I'm going to put my second home over to the right here, where I have my small or low complex leaf plants. In order to get the silverfish, we need crustaceans feeding on low complex leaf plants. So I'm going to get it started. We're going to get our flatworms first. There we go. Very fast. And then I'm going to skip a bit of this evolution because I've done this in a previous video. On the left, I've got my flatworms with a home basically eating these tall, complex leaf plants, and they will turn into crustaceans. Once I have crustaceans, I will put another home over here to the right so that my crustaceans are eating the low complex plants. So I will speed up the time until we have crustaceans. Alright, now, I notice I've got crustaceans. There they are. Not as beautiful as the one that I originally made, but we've got crustaceans. So, in order to get to the next tier, this is where homes really become, I don't think they're vital, but it's a lot easier if you use them. I'm going to put my second home here, second home here, so that my crustaceans will live over here in the low complex leaf area. And they will be more prone to eating these, which is what we need in order to get our silverfish. Now, I'm using the very basic one level of tank. You can get much larger tanks than this, but I just wanted to demonstrate that it's totally possible to do tier 2 with the one level of tank. You just have to use homes and separate the different types of plants that they will be eating. After you have the crustacean home set up, they should be fine. They should mostly focus on eating this type of plant over here on the right, which should get us to the silverfish. So I will do the time lapse, and it won't take as long as the other tier 2s, but we'll see. We'll take a break in between to look at the evolutionary progress. Alright, so we are about midway through the evolution. And this is, I don't know what generation this is, but this is one of our earlier generations compared to what we are at. And if we take a look at the picture, we can see in the front, we've got some, I don't even know what they're called. We've got some of these things going on. Also, the legs on the sides are just changing, sort of how they're focused. They're more forwards down. And it's a little more hunchbacked as well. It's a little more hunchbacked than what we're used to. That one looks weird. Anyway, this is a good picture of the transition between a crustacean into a silverfish. Now, if you're wondering in your tank if you're set up correctly to get your evolution going on, just check the different evolutions, the different generations. Are they starting to look more like the next type of creature? And like, yeah, both of these clearly they've got those front sort of feelers or whatever you would call them. But they're and I don't know what's going on with this guy. He's a little messed up. But compared to these ones, you know, they're very, very small front type of things. But we're trying to get to the silverfish, and so we see that the front is evolving. And we'll just continue to wait. And it wasn't much longer, and we've got our silverfish. We've got our silverfish. There we go. Totally different creature. Totally different. I think I like this one the best. We'll use him for our picture. But again, all it comes down to for evolving your animals is providing the proper food source. Now, for this one, if you started from flatworms, just to recap, we had to provide what's on the left, the tall, complex leaves. That would give us crustaceans, and then we needed to get a new home surrounded by low, complex leaf plants. That is the new home of our crustaceans, and our crustaceans were feeding on them in order to turn into our silverfish. Thankfully, this is the easiest of the tier 2 animals. Some of them take quite a bit more time than this one, but I will see you in the next guide.